Bush has no money. He's cutting. He's meeting today with mommy and daddy, and they're working on their campaign. Okay, they're working. And in all fairness, he wants to stay in. But I have some numbers. He's cutting everybody 40% across the board. And everybody's agreeing to it. Why didn't he make that deal in the first place, right? Does that make sense? In other words, he's going to cut 40%, you make the deal in the first place. You don't wait till you're failing.
All right, so Trump hitting Bush after the former governor will meet with his family and supporters in Houston to talk about his campaign. Last week, as Trump points out, Bush ordered across-the-board pay cuts. Now he's calling on two former presidents, his father and brother, to help him in extra funding. Former New Hampshire Governor John Sununu is a former White House chief of staff to President George H.W. Bush, author of The Quiet Man. How are you, Governor? Good morning to you.
How are you, Bill?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
Give me a sense of what is happening inside Bushland.
Well, first of all, this meeting was scheduled 2 months ago. They are cutting back. I think what's happened is that this campaign is very different than anybody expected it to be. The media, including Fox, is covering the entertainment side more than it is the issue and substance side. And they decide that they're going to have to spend more money on TV to get message out. So they're cutting back on personnel and spending on TV. I think it's a smart move to adjust to the changing circumstances.
Well, Bush put out a statement, said this means lean and mean. It means I have the ability to adapt. I mean, you want to take this and turn it to your advantage. A lot of articles written over the weekend about the amount of dismay inside the Bush team, whether it's the family or its close supporters. How would you characterize how they're seeing this right now play out when he's still stuck in single digits?
Bill, I was in Houston a week ago for the Points of Light event. Lots of his funders were there. The president 41 was there. There was no sense of dismay there. So, yeah, there are some people that are concerned about the fact that the campaign has not positioned itself at the top of the list right now. But I don't see dismay as reported in the press. I see people saying it's time for a smart adjustment, and I think that's what they're getting out of the campaign.
So we will see what emerges with Bush 2.0 out of this Houston meeting. Now to Donald Trump, talking about how he would be the uniter. And there's a reason why he's divisive now. Just listen to this.
I'm being divisive right now because I want to win. I know how to win. That's what I have to do. Ultimately, if I do win, I'm going to be a great unifier, George. I will be a great unifier for the country. The country right now is terribly divided by a president that doesn't know how to lead, and he's a very divisive person. I will be a great unifier. You will be surprised to see that, but you will see that.
So when you hear that, what do you think?
Look, this guy's entertainment, and you cover him because he's entertainment. He has no idea how to deal in the public sector. He has no idea what the scope of the presidency is. His comments on foreign policy are ludicrous. This is the guy that said we'd be better off with Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein. This is the guy who is for single-payer health care. This is the guy who loves eminent domain. Let's start talking about issues instead of the outlandish statements that come out of the mouth of a billionaire bully.
And I guess there will be time to get around to that. But today you have this poll from the AP. Among Republicans, 71% think he could win the general election. And poll after poll after poll has Trump, if not at the top, right there, near it.
Look, that poll says that they all feel that Hillary Clinton is dead meat. And so understand what the poll is saying.
So what do you tell the electorate? That's saying, hey, they're behind Donald Trump in so many of these states.
Look, at some
New Hampshire, especially South Carolina. You look at Iowa. I mean, what do you say to those folks who were taking that way?
At some point, the media will start covering the difference in issues, and people will start making the decision on issues. Right now, they're making it on entertainment value, and unfortunately, that will probably go on for a little while longer.
Well, it's 100 days to Iowa. When's it change then, in your view?
I think that you probably get into November, the middle of November, and people start realizing that there's only 2 months left of this thing, and they start making decisions.
We'll see if the focus changes then. Thank you, Governor. John Sununu in New
Bill.
Hampshire. You bet. Good to have you back.